My goodness, are there so many different things happening in the community, people to recognize, businesses, organizations, and that's what we're all about here on WRMN is we want to ensure that you know what is going on. We're your home local radio station for news, talk, and entertainment. And oh boy, do we have a treat for you today. We've got some great entertainment here. Joining us live today, we have an icon, a true virtuoso of the acoustic world. And this is Muriel Anderson, a trailblazing fingerstyle and harp guitar artist. In fact, she was the first woman ever to win the National Fingerstyle Guitar Championship. She works, her work spans genres from folk, classical, jazz, bluegrass to international styles as well. So we're so honored to have her here with us today. So please join me in warmly welcoming Muriel Anderson live from Zoom in her home. Hello, how are you doing this morning?
Oh, good. Well, thank you for having me.
Of course, I appreciate you taking the time and energy to come onto the air and interview. We're glad to interview you here on WRMN.
Oh, always. You're good at a good host.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, really.
So let's talk a little bit here too. Do a little introduction of yourself for folks who don't know who you are.
Well, I play mostly the 20-string harp guitar these days. Started out on a regular guitar, and then I just needed some extra range, some extra low notes and some extra high notes. So that really has been a great vehicle for me to kind of share the music that's been in my heart. And so I guess I'm one of those people that the music is kind of playing in my head and I need to get it out.
I love it. Now, Muriel, you've been recognized as one of the top Guitar Player Magazine's 50 noteworthy guitarists of all time. When you look back, what kind of first drew you to the guitar and later to the unique 20-string harp guitar too?
Well, I love the way the guitar vibrates against your heart, and you can feel it. You can just feel it singing to you as you play it. It just I could just feel that vibration there. Mm-hmm. And then I started writing tunes that were just calling for these extra low notes. So they just needed that note, which wasn't on my guitar. Mm-hmm. So I saw a picture of a harp guitar and say, okay, that's what's in my head. That's the sound that's in my head. So I didn't set out to be any great virtuoso. I just had a lot of different kinds of music that I was just driven to play and then driven to share with people.
I love it. That's so cool. Now, are your family members musically inclined growing up?
Yes, and my parents will be coming to the concert.
Awesome.
My mother taught piano and played piano and organ, and her father played saxophone in John Philip Sousa's band.
That is so
before
cool.
Having his own band. So I thought that was the coolest thing to be a professional musician.
That's so cool. I love it that it runs in the family too. I know that you've collaborated with legends like Chet Atkins and Les Paul. Can you share a memorable moment or lesson from working alongside with these musical icons?
Yes, working with Chet was just like being with my uncle. He was so supportive and unassuming. And one time I came into his office where he would often, show me tunes and thinking I'd maybe learn another tune from him. And he came down the stairs and said, well, Muriel, I've got a job for you. And so I was pretty excited. I wasn't playing concerts yet, so I thought it was some big show, the Grand Ole Opry or something. And he said, no, what it is my pet rooster, Hotshot, has come down with a case of the feather mites, and my wife and I are getting kind of old. We're just too big to crawl into that chicken coop. Mm-hmm. And so that afternoon, I went over to the Atkins home, and sure enough, caught the chicken and the rooster, and got them all set up for the season. So that was, one of many great moments with Chet.
Very cool. I love hearing these stories and just hearing your experiences and inspiring other people too. I think that's fantastic. Let's go into a little bit here on some of the music and creative projects. You've, of course, you've made many albums. It's all from the heart, of course, too. How do you approach blending music with other creative elements? For example, like in your album, Nightlight, Daylight. And you also have some other ones out there, too. Acoustic Chef that even came with a cookbook.
You're right. Yeah, I just think of music as a part of life just to enrich the rest of life. And so I want to put those elements together. The Nightlight Daylight CD started out, I only ever intended to press 3 copies. It was a gift for my best friend's first baby. And so I wrote an album of lullabies, and the parents told me, well, that is really your best album. You need to put it out. So then I figured, well, it needs not only music to wake up to, but or music to go to sleep to, but also music to wake up to for the parents. And so that became Nightlight Daylight, which really changed my life. It was an award-winning album, and it was the first one to have fiber optics in the packaging, so it lights up. So that was an idea just to kind of make it more fun. And I met Brian through that, who was the artist who did it. And Brian is now my significant other.
Oh, very nice. Oh, my goodness. This is so cool. Tell us a little bit about your iconic instrument that you play. Now, I've actually never seen an instrument like this before, where would you say it's a combination of a guitar and a harp as well?
Yeah, you could very much say that. So the middle section is a guitar. Mine has nylon strings on it, and I had originally had this built as a practice guitar. So I said, could you build one smaller so it'll fit in the overhead bin of an airplane? And then say, well, make it with nylon strings so it wouldn't wear away my fingernails for when I'm playing the flamenco and the classical. And then I said, well, can you make it with 7 extra sub basses instead of the normal 6? And then I said, well, add super trebles that are steel. And so it became this whole other instrument that really had its own sound. And I've just really loved it.
I think that's so cool that you're able to blend those different sounds all together to create the instrument that you play, that you're known for playing, and that you love playing. And like you said at the start of the interview, you feel the vibrations and you're able to express yourself with the sounds and the music. And I think it's so great. That's wonderful. I know that you're going to be coming up here for a performance. Tell us a little bit about that and what people can expect.
Well, I've been doing a Saturday after Thanksgiving concert every year for 34 years now. So
Wow.
this will be the 34th annual. And each year I try to get something extra special for the audience. And this is going to be a great year to come because I have Alberto Lombardi from Italy. Great guitarist. I found out he was going to be touring in the U.S. and he extended his tour especially for this concert. And so I'm so excited to introduce people to him. Just an amazing player, and we'll do a lot of playing together too. He plays on one of my albums, and we met in Italy, and I was always been amazed by his playing. And also, we're going to hand out little passport books to the audience, and they can choose what country they want to go to in the music.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'll play music from all different countries.
That is so, so cool. Now, this is coming up. It's going to be Saturday after Thanksgiving live. This will be, is it November 29th? Is that correct?
November 29th.
Awesome.
That's right.
And that's going to be in Downers Grove, 7 p.m. Central Time. Of course, international show with special guest Alberto. And folks can find tickets on your website. That's murielanderson.com. Tickets right now are at $18. So, folks, if you're watching on the YouTube side of things, you'll be able to see it. It's shared on the screen here. You can find where that is, and we'll keep promoting this throughout the rest of this month and into next month as well.
And if they're going live, it's a little bit more for attending live. So you can do it either way. Tune in on my one live stream I'm doing once a year here, and then also come and join us live. If you come in person, we always have my family make homemade baked goods.
Oh, nice.
And so we just give those away with hot apple cider at intermission. And either one gives you a chance to win a new guitar. Tobias Music, once again, has donated a beautiful guitar as a giveaway.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. I have to ask you, too. So you've been performing for a while here. And so how does performing live today compare to when you first began your touring experience?
I think that I'm more in tune with the audience now than I have been, and more in tune with really a whole experience of sharing something that will enrich their lives. I think I always want to keep it, make sure that the audience goes out with big smiles on their faces, that feeling like their life has been enriched by this hour and a half that they spent with me, and so I think that's a really important part. Like if I'm trying to capture something, I remember when I was, we were on our sailing trip with Brian, and I heard this owl singing like that. It was in the middle of the night. It woke me up. And then another owl answered. So I just lay there listening to those two owls singing melodies back and forth to each other. And then I remembered that was to be the night of the Perseid meteor shower. So I opened up the hatch, and the sky was filled with stars. Shooting star. It was more shooting stars than I'd ever seen. Shining over the water, where you could see bioluminescence sparkling.
Oh my goodness. I got goosebumps. That was so lovely. And every single string and note is entailed and intertwined to tell that story. That's so beautiful.
It's trying to capture those moments as they happen in music. And sometimes it's easier than others. Sometimes it comes just in a dream and then it's done,
Yeah.
And other times it takes a long time to find the notes that will capture the feeling or the visual or the experience.
That is amazing. I'm so calm now just by listening to that. And I was envisioning, of course, the story that you were telling and the experience and visualizing it too, along with the notes. It's absolutely a beautiful art form that you have here. So that's really, really cool.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that. That's beautiful. And of course, you're also doing this for a great cause too. Through your Music of Life Alliance, you've helped to foster music education for kids. So what kind of inspired you to start that organization? How can it help people involved or support a cause?
Well, it all started when we were having a string of crime on my block, and I went to find out, well, what is causing this? And I talked to the policeman, I talked to the head of the juvenile court, I talked to the city council, and found out that it was all young people on drugs. Every one of those was. And I said, well, how can you tell people to just say no to drugs when you've taken away the arts from the schools? When you're not giving them music and visual arts that can so foster depth of experience, really, and it gives you a reason to stay in school. It makes everything much more accessible, and so I started off trying to create an organization that would teach music and music to kids and then give them their instrument at the end, and found out that organization already existed and just nobody knew about it. So I said, well, all these places that are doing much more than me need support. And so I created the Music for Life Alliance to support all those organizations that are doing much more than me, that are really doing the hands-on and getting those instruments to kids who so need it.
Absolutely. And I think, well, I know that art, art forms of all types are so important as we as humans love to create, and we want to be inspired and we want to inspire others. And so, like you said, I mean, there are many schools out there that are struggling to keep those arts programs. And I think it's got to be kept alive in these schools and in these organizations so that people can learn to recognize and grow within from themselves outward. And so I think that the beautiful expression of art is that you can express it in many different ways. And you have, of course, have chosen to express it in a way of music and storytelling at the same time. It's not just playing a bunch of random tunes. You're telling a story to an audience, to the world out there. And I think that really just shows beauty and elegance within everything, with yourself, your music. So I'm very impressed. I'm very, very impressed. I absolutely love this.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's oftentimes if I'm doing some instrumental pieces, I allow the audience to create their own story. Okay. So I create the instrumental piece so that it has enough textures and interests that it fosters them to create their own story to it.
That's really cool.
And others are vocals that already have the story there. So it's a combination of the two.
That is so cool. And it's such a great way to enrich people's spirits and their life by integrating music and the arts and encouraging them to express themselves. I think is just so cool. There's so much power in performing in music. And I think that that's just so wonderful. So folks, if you are listening and watching on YouTube, I'm going to put this up on the screen for folks to see it. This is musicoflifealliance.org. And it's enriching quality of life through the power of music. So if you want to check out more information, if you want to be a part of it, I encourage you to do so. This is a great way to get your kids interested in expressing themselves through music, and help the cause as well too. So that's fantastic.
Well, thanks. I mean, there's, as I said, a lot of places that are doing a lot more than me. I'm just, you feel like you have to do something. When you see it there and there's a way to do something, then it's just one more drop in the bucket can really help sometimes.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you play so many different varieties of genres of music. What are some of your personal favorite genres that you really gravitate towards, or that you're really, really passionate about?
It's the next thing that I haven't done yet.
That's
what it is.
That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of thinking about that too. What's next?
I always have to reinvent myself because I want to keep myself as inspired so that I can keep my audience inspired, for one. And so that's one thing that's intrigued me about music from different countries, and that's what drew me to do the music for Acoustic Chef. And so as I travel around, I've also collected recipes over the years, and some which we'll be sharing with my family's going to be making the Saturday after Thanksgiving concert. And so that was a great thing to, maybe at the end of the interview I can do one of the tunes from Acoustic Chef.
Absolutely. Yeah. We still have a couple minutes left. We have about roughly 3.5 minutes or so left. So whenever you'd like to, yes, absolutely. We would love to hear some more of the beautiful tunes.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I don't know if we mentioned that if they want more information about the show, MurielAnderson.com/DG, as in Downers Grove, will bring you directly to that page, or MurielAnderson.com for everything else. When I had this great recipe for quiche, actually, which I just ate like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, cool.
5 minutes before this interview, I ate the very recipe that is in the book. It's just so good. And so, of course, you need a French tune to go along with this, right? I actually have Django Reinhardt's grandson playing with me on the recording in the book, Acoustic Chef. Sur le ciel de Paris, s'envole une chanson. Elle est née d'aujourd'hui dans le cœur d'un garçon. Sur le ciel de Paris marchent les rues. Le bonheur se construit en effet par eux. Sur le pont de Bercy, à philosophes assis de musiciens, quelques badons puis les gens premiers. Sur le ciel de Paris, jusque soir vont chanter. Les belles portes pétries dans ce vieille cité, près de Notre-Dame, parfois couvert de drames. Oui, mais apparemment, tout peut s'arranger. Quelques rayons du ciel d'été, l'accordéon d'un marinier, l'espoir fleurit au ciel de Paris. Et le ciel de Paris a son secret pour lui depuis 27. Il était pris dans notre île des Saint-Louis. On est trop jaloux de ses milliers enfants. Il fait gronder sur nous son tonnerre éclatant. Mais le ciel de Paris n'est pas longtemps cruel. On se fait pardonner, il fera la cassière.
I love it. That was fantastic. Oh, so cool. Oh my goodness. Muriel, thank you so much for joining us today here on WRMN. Folks, don't forget, you can check it out the Saturday after Thanksgiving concert. I've got it up here on the screen for you to find it, of course, and see it for yourself with the amazing Alberto Lombardi from Italy. That's November 29th, and you can check it out for more information at murielanderson.com. And it's going to be at the First Congregational UCC of Downers Grove. So definitely check it out for sure. Tickets are available online at murielanderson.com/DG. Muriel, thank you so much for joining us today. Before we let you go, I have one more question. What do you hope people can get out of this experience of listening to your music?
Well, I think that my main goal, especially at the end of the concert, is to watch everyone walking out with big smiles on their faces. Mm-hmm. Yes, I want to foster the love and joy that's there and just bring it out through the music.
I love it. Muriel, thank you so much for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it. And folks, go on out, check this out. This is a beautiful concert, and it's the 34th annual Muriel Anderson Saturday After Thanksgiving concert coming up November 29th. Thank you again so much, Muriel. Beautiful as always. You have a wonderful rest of your day today.
Thank you, you too.
All right, bye-bye now.
Bye.
All right, we're going to take a quick time out, folks. Thank you again to Muriel Anderson for joining us live here on WRMN, and we'll be back with more in just a little bit. So, of course, stay tuned.